The Itsekiri natives have called on the federal government to constitute an independent panel of inquiry to investigate the actions of the Independent National Electoral Commission in the delineation of the Warri federal constituency. They allege that the process created fictitious polling units and wards in favor of their Ijaw neighbors. At a press conference in Warri, the leaders highlighted what they termed as fraudulent practices against the people in the allocation of units and wards. And joining me now for more perspective to this development is Ogwa Olusa of Warri Kingdom, Chief Brown Mene. Chief Mene, thank you for joining us on the news tonight. The Itsekiri leaders allege that INEC created fictitious polling units and wards in favor of your Ijaw neighbors. What concrete evidence do you have to back this claim? And how do you respond to those who might see this as just an ethnic tug of war?
In the first place, let me acknowledge the good gesture you have given for us to be here to present these facts, and what we are talking about are facts. And incidentally, what they have done have not been only to unduly favor the Ijaws, they've also done it for the Urhobos, both of which are in our territory years ago by our permission for them to live with us, not to co-own, but to live with us. And the facts are what we have laid before the general public as we have done today.
Well, it's been nearly 5 months now since INEC released that draft fieldwork report. We understand that substantive report is still pending. What do you think explains this delay, and how does it affect confidence in the credibility of the process?
The credibility had been in doubt ab initio, and we raised our concerns when at first we noticed that the initial meeting that was summoned of stakeholders excluded us. Whereas from all considerations, this is our homeland. We should even be the principal stakeholders. We were omitted. And it wasn't until we protested to INEC that in subsequent meetings we were then invited to it. And then we found, much to our surprise, that the officer, the INEC officer, who was supposed to collate the returns and officially report to INEC at the headquarters, was an Ijaw person. Therefore, one who has a stake in what was to go on. Beyond that, because there was going to be a field work, and the one who was to supervise the collation of what has been found in the field was another Ijaw person. And we felt this runs against natural justice. We complained to INEC. We only had deaf ears. And being law-abiding citizens that we are, we all nonetheless undertook the field work, and we had our report based on what we have found on ground. These were submitted to INEC. Then on the 4th of April, they presented to us sealed reports to say we could not even open what they gave to us in the venue, that we should do so at home. We did it that same day and found these fraudulent compilations. And then, of course, we took time to write officially to INEC to complain, make our reservations to them. And of course, it will be hard for them really to run against the grain of bringing us bare-faced falsehood, as we have proved. Because we then went another step, got our people to use the coordinates which INEC gave to us to verify, because we suspected something was wrong. And as we verified them, this was the result we found, where the coordinates they gave us as indicating some location where they have placed wards for Ijos in some place and for Robos in other places. We found that these were outside of the local government area that is covered by the federal constituency.
All right.
Besides that,
yes,
there were some from Ondo states, some from Edo state, some from other local governments. And these are the facts we have presented. There are no funny figures.
Chief Mene.
So if you are asking for evidence, that's what we have laid.
Beyond calling for an independent panel of inquiry, what specific corrective steps are the Itsekiri demanding? Do you want a new delineation process, cancellation of this draft, or distribution of polling units? And just how realistic are these demands given Nigeria's electoral framework?
What we are asking for is justice. These things that we have found out by verification, the Commission of Inquiry should take another look at them, and where we are right, those wards they have created fictitiously should be removed. And of course, we will now be reduced to the bare fact on ground. We conducted our own field work, and we know what we found out. And this being our homeland, we know every bit and piece, every corner, every nook and cranny of the territory. We had our report that we have submitted to them. This should all be verified. Where they find the facts to be, sustain it. And where falsehood has been, discard it. And then people who have deliberately fabricated these massive and deeply rooted falsehood, they should be the answer to the law for such people. These are the things we are demanding.
Good place to leave it. I believe we're going to hear from INEC and also perhaps continue this conversation subsequently. The Ogua Olusa of Warri Kingdom, Chief Brown Mene, thank you for talking to us.
The pleasure is mine. Thank you indeed.